Hello, Internet. It is I, the Malik Aaron, and welcome back to the channel, episode 217. So, in episode 216, where I talked about a bunch of Marvel stuff, Deadpool 3, Captain America Brave New World, Thunderbolts, Blade, and additionally Mustafa the Lion King, I mentioned that I was going to talk about what you're seeing on the screen right now. And what you're seeing on the screen right now is the rather unfortunate fate of Coyote versus Acme, because all those movies I talked about, they have release dates. This doesn't have a release date. In fact, this movie's not going to be released ever, because Warner Brothers announced earlier today that they basically shelved it, which is another way of saying they killed it off. They canned it. They canceled it legitimately. And as it says here, they took a 30 million tax write off. So yeah. And the thing is, this movie was complete too. It was finished. This isn't a movie that was in the middle of production, not a movie that was about to start production, not a movie that was in the development stage. This movie was finished, done, ready to go, and Warner Brothers just said, nah, nah, scrap it. it's it's unbelievable. And it gets even more just baffling like when I really go into it. But the thing is, this isn't even the first time this has happened with a Warner Brothers movie, because as you probably remember, you may or may not remember, last year, it was like last August, it was announced that both Batgirl and Scoob Holiday Haunt, both those movies were axed, never to see the light of day. The thing is, Batgirl was basically finished, and then all the work that was put into it, they just threw it all in the garbage and set the garbage ablaze. And they did the same thing with Scoob Holiday Haunt, and a lot of people, I kind of thought that was pretty cruel, and I thought they wouldn't have to do that again. Well, I was wrong. So yeah, yeah. So this movie was cost like $70 million, and it was supposed to be like a hybrid, like live action animated movie. I guess kind of like a Space Jam 2, or Looney Tunes Back in Action, like one of those type of movies. And yeah, as I mentioned, the third time they pulled the plug on a movie that was greenlighted by the previous Warner Media. Mentioned like Batgirl and Scoob Holiday Haunt. So here's the thing: is that Coyote versus Acme, apparently it was completed, but it had very good test scores. Like, if the movie was absolute shit, then I would kind of understand what was going on. Like, say with Batgirl, Batgirl was not looking good. As I said, it was not releasable. So, like, if the movie was absolutely awful, like unwatchable, then you'd have that I'd kind of understand. But it had very good test scores. They looked at that and said, "Nah, we can't release that." Like, what the hell? Like, how does that make sense? Like, make it make sense, please. I'm begging you, make it make sense. And they just straight up, they apparently they didn't think it was worth the cost to release theatrically, or even to sell to other people. Apparently Amazon wanted it, but they just said, "Nah, just kill it off completely. No one's allowed to have it." So I, I don't get it. I don't get it, man. This, ugh. And the thing is, this movie was originally dated for July 21st, 2023, and then it got pulled. And this happened like way back in the past. We're talking like, I think it was April 2022 when it got moved entirely. It got basically vanished into the ether, and that day was taken by Barbie, which, funny enough, has become Warner Brothers' biggest movie ever. So yeah, and then Coyote vs. Acme was in the ether for a long ass time. I forgot it even existed until today. Then I heard about it. I was kind of shocked. I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Huh? What is this? And then I found out about this news, and I'm just like, wow, like, what the hell? What happened? Um, this is from like a Warner Brothers spokesperson. With this new So with the relaunch of Warner Brothers Pictures Animation in June, the studio has shifted its global strategy to focus on theatrical releases. With this new direction, we have made the difficult decision not to move forward with Coyote versus Acme. We have tremendous respect for the filmmakers, cast, and crew, and are grateful for their contributions to the film. Bullshit! I don't believe that for a second. That is an empty statement, if I ever heard one. If you actually cared, you wouldn't have canceled it like this. You literally just took all their work and threw it in the garbage. That's what you did. So, yeah, that statement is just empty. It's so hollow. Like, ugh. It makes me ill. So, yeah, and it says that there's certainly money to be made on a finished film based off Looney Tunes IP. Yeah, Looney Tunes is like one of the most iconic cartoons out there. It's been like iconic for, it feels like all, how long has it been around? It feels like it's close to a century or around a century. I'm not sure, but it's been around for decades, generations. Everyone knows who the Looney Tunes are. Wile E. Coyote, everyone, he's one of the most recognizable cartoons out there. So that's on easy brand name recognition. So like, and the thing is like, okay, sure, Space Jam: A New Legacy, that didn't work out at all. That movie struggled because of what it was, which was a really bad movie, and the fact that it was on HBO Max, the HBO Max experiment. So as a result, it was a total flop. But the thing is, that movie was like hella expensive. Like this will only cost like $70 million. That's not that expensive in the grand scheme of things. Like if like that movie made like 200 million worldwide, then that'd be fine. That'd be just swell. But they just said, "No, we're not gonna release that." Ugh. Apparently here it's like this. They said like a max launch for of Coyote vs. Acme isn't a proper platform for the movie. So I guess it's better just have no platform than any platform, I guess. Oh, so this from like David Green, and that he's still working out with Warner Bros. On another project. I'm surprised. Like if that was me, I would never want to go near Warner Brothers ever again. I wouldn't trust them anymore. Like it just ugh. And the thing is, this movie had John Cena. Like John Cena is a very recognizable face. Right? It's Peacemaker right there. Like this movie, well, I imagine it would have done fine if you gave it a chance. If you have had like the right marketing and everything, it could have been a hit potentially. But no, they just I guess they just saw no value in it. Like, ugh, 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 ugh. This thing makes me sad, and I don't even know what the movie would have been about. But it still makes me sad to see what happened. And I should also mention Salem's Lot. Um, apparently this isn't official, but it's saying here there's buzz that it might just go to Max because that movie hasn't been working out either. That movie's been in the ether for a long time too. I haven't talked about that movie since last August. I haven't talked about it since. I'm just like, what WB? What are you doing? Is it going to release, or are you just going to kill it off too? Like, come on, man. Uh, but yeah, so still no word on what will happen to that, but apparently it may go to Max, or it may just get canceled altogether, or it may be theatrical. I don't know, but something's gonna happen to it. I imagine sooner or later they're gonna make a decision around that. But yeah, but for the people who made this is fucked up. Like this, this is so fucked up. I'm I'm surprised no one wants to sue Warner Brothers for doing this. I'd sue. It like this whole thing. It'd be like if you were in school and this and like a class made you, or like a teacher was like, okay, class, you got to write a 10-page paper and it has to be due in like a week. Oh, not a week, like 2 weeks or something. You write it, you spend like way too many hours on it, you go through the whole thing, it's done, and then like a day or two before the deadline, the teacher's like, actually, um, I changed my mind. The paper's canceled. You don't have to do it anymore. So basically, you're stuck with a 10-page paper, and it's now worthless. All that effort you put in, worthless, meaningless. That's what happened here, pretty much. So yeah, and like David Saloff, man, I don't know what is wrong with this dude. Like it feels like he really does have like a weird like he has a vendetta against animation. I don't understand it at all. With like all the Cartoon Network shows that have been canned, all the Cartoon Network shows and animated stuff that was pulled from Max for no reason, and then Scoob Holiday Hunt being canceled. I'm convinced that dude just hates animated things. He just hates it. He hates the whole medium. And this dude, like, I think he said like earlier today or something, like with video games, because Warner Brothers, they also do video games too. And this man had the audacity to be like, live service games, that cancer of the video game industry that's been plaguing a lot of games that result in a lot of failures. We're gonna double down on that, despite the fact that Suicide Squad killed the Justice League is a game that I was initially hyped for. A lot of people were hyped for, but once that live service stuff was announced, that hype died so fast. Like when I heard about that, I was like, well, I just saved $70. And he has the audacity to be like, no, we're gonna double down. We're gonna do more. So this makes me think this guy's a fucking moron. He should not be running anything, let alone a whole company. So yeah. This whole thing makes me angry. It makes me just confused, and I don't know, man. So let's look at the calendar to just see what could change. I mean, November, everything here is going to come out. There's no reason for any delays. December, pretty much the same thing. I don't see any red flags at all. Pretty much all these movies have advertising, so no reason to change anything. Whitebird, I imagine Lionsgate's going to say something about it real soon. Then you got January, all these movies here. Distant just vanished, and Tigers of Prince. Of course, that's canceled. That's going to Paramount Plus. They got February. There's Argyle. There's It Ends With Us. There's Lisa Frankenstein. Madam Web, I'm kind of concerned about because that's had like no advertising at all. So that worries me a little bit. It has time. It has like it could theoretically a trailer could pop up within the next few weeks, but I don't know. We'll see. Then you got March, all these movies here. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, I already mentioned, started its marketing campaign already. And it finally has a title. I can no longer call it Untitled Ghostbusters movie. Then you got April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. I already went through all this in the last episode. I don't need to really go into much detail again. All these movies that are in the ether. One movie that's definitely not in the ether anymore. It's just dead. Coyote versus Acme. There it is. Canceled. Legit. And Salem's Lot may or may not be on the chopping block too. We'll see. And you got January of 2025, then February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Yeah, that's the next 2 years. So, yeah. So that's it. That's all. Make sure to subscribe, like this video, leave a comment, turn notifications, share the whole drill. Want to check out more videos like this? Got playlists on the homepage, all previous cancel episodes I made on the channel. I might as well mention the one I made about Batgirl and Scoob Holiday Haunt because it's relevant to this video. That was episode, let's see, episode 144. So yeah, so that was like the first time this happened. Well, I guess the first two times this happened. And I might as well mention a Wonder Woman 3 that got canned too. That although that was still in the development stage. It wasn't like finished or anything. But that was episode 169. So yeah, yeah, Warner Brothers, they really like killing off movies. So yeah. So you want to watch those episodes or any other ones I've done on the channel, including the one I did like today earlier today with Deadpool 3 and the rest, 216. You want to watch that or any other ones I've done, you can go right ahead. There's also box office predictions where I predict box office for movies. This weekend, I apparently have to do 4 movies. I only want to talk about one, and that's the Marvels. It's not for the reasons that it's not for any particularly good reasons, for mainly because I just want to watch it go up in flames because it's currently going up in flames as we speak. And it's really exciting. It's exciting in a way that Disney doesn't obviously Disney didn't want, but that's just what's happening now. So yeah, I have to do those 4 videos tomorrow, so stay tuned for those. But if you want to watch any of the past prediction videos I made on the channel, you can go right ahead. There's also box office recaps where I go over the box office results for any particular month. October recap, that will come out either tomorrow or Saturday. One of those days. Okay. You'll know it when you see it. Okay. So stay tuned for that. I might as well mention the November recap. Might as well. That won't happen till the first week of December, after the Beyonce movie comes out. Let's just say that. So stay tuned for that as well. But if you want to watch any of the past recap videos I made on the channel, you can go right ahead. And yeah, that's it. That's all. I am out. Goodbye.